The door is ajar. There must be the sound you heard. Through the gap in the doorway, you see only darkness. Leave her be! It's her house! Ah! Hey, Kain, welcome to a game called The Babysitter. Supposedly, this is a horror graphic novel type of game. I'm assuming it's kind of like Doki Doki, where it's like not supposed to look like a horror game, but it is. Oh, but I'm the babysitter. Babysitter needed urgent. Childminder required tomorrow evening for our 11-year-old daughter at Westfield Groves. References check will be conducted. Posted 4 hours ago. Alright, so I'm going to be the babysitter. I'm here to sit on the baby. Well, duh, I'm the babysitter. So, if you liked the video, if you liked my wondrous personality, you should subscribe. If you didn't like the video, dislike, comment down below what you think is better about making constructive criticism. Also, check out my Twitter and Instagram and the description below, as well as my Discord. If you want to talk to me, see my art, recommend kids me, play stuff, and do, etc. This suburb, Whitefield Groves, is one of the more exclusive neighborhoods in the city, but it's on the outskirts of town, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. I have a mosquito bite on my leg, and it's driving me insane. This house, like all other houses in the neighborhood, is set far apart from its neighbors. This is sure is a nice place with a well-maintained lawn and pool. Oh, it's got a pool. I'm definitely going to babysit. Although at this hour, it does seem a little foreboding. It's about 7 p.m. and it's already full dark. The house seems quiet. Miss Raj, ooh, it's got a piano. The woman who called you back after you sent in your application asked you to be there by 7:30 and had been particular that you'd be on time. Miss Raj told you that she and her husband, Dr. Raj, were going out for the evening and she didn't want their daughter to be home alone. The fact that the girl's 11 and requires a sitter indicates there may be some issues there. Or, you know, parents have different preferences. Or it could be that the child doesn't like being alone at home after dark. That's quite normal. I like how everything has a scene. It kind of makes more sense. Miss Raj sounded like a very exacting kind of parent, the type who is very mindful of every aspect of her child's care. She asked you a lot of questions about your background and your qualifications. She seemed pretty finicky. Can't blame her, really. These days, most parents, particularly the rich ones, pay a lot of attention to their children's upbringing. It is the nature of our times, and it pays to be vigilant. Since you've been registered with the Guardian Angel Child Care Agency for the last 3 years, you've got good references, so you were pretty confident you would get the gig. It pays well, too. I mean, she is rich. Well, you're here. You're about half an hour early, which you hope is not too early for them. You better ring the doorbell and let them know you're here. Oh, I do it. Oh, lit! I love that! Oh, frick. Oh, my god. Hello, Dr. Raj. Oh, yes, of course. You must be the babysitter. I'm Dr. Raj. My wife told me you'd be here. You're early. That's great. Do come in. It's better than Sonic Unleashed, I'll say that much. He steps aside and you walk into the house. This lounge area overlooks the lawn and the pool through tinted black windows on your left. The floor underfoot is real wood and the furniture looks like it costs a fortune. We should rob the place. I'm so glad we found you on such short notice. Shreya, that's my wife, was quite worried we wouldn't be able to get a sitter on time. You see, I got an invitation to speak at a late evening segment of a medical convention just 2 days ago, so the whole situation came about rather abruptly. I'm wondering how this is going to become a horror game. Shreya is very particular about in whose care we leave Maya, our daughter. We had a bad experience with our last sitter. She was very cautious when it comes to Maya. You sense a mild apology in his tone. Yes, I did feel that interview was quite thorough. It's alright, it's important to be diligent. You gotta be nice. Even if you think this guy might be on your side about his crazy wife, you gotta make sure that you're nice all around. That's very true. I can see why you gained her confidence. I'll go in until you're here. She's just getting ready. I'll then grab my coat and head out to the car, so I'll see you next when we're back. It was a pleasure meeting you. Do make yourself comfortable. Shreya will be out in a second. Where's your daughter? I want to meet the kid that I'm going to be stuck with for 5 hours. Dr. Ross leaves you, and you wait for Miss Raj, who's referred to as Freya. He seems pleasant, if a little absent. A rather stark difference to Mrs. Raj, who sounded formal and humorless on the call. It must be pleasant here during the day. The glass doors on your left letting in natural light, but now at night the windows look out into darkness, and the trees bordering the lawn throw deep shadows. It's understandable now why they would not want their child to spend a late evening alone. This house is rather large and isolated from its neighbors. The neighborhood is itself rather lonesome. Children with their active imaginations can easily get distressed after dark in such an environment. Every creak and every night sound taking on sinister undertones. Alright, what's the lady look like? Hello there. Man, I wish her first name was Karen. That would just make this so much better. Hello there. We had spoken on the phone. Thank you for being early. I appreciate that. As Anand, my husband, might have told you, we're attending a medical convention. He is one of the keynote speakers for the evening. The organizers just called us a few minutes ago and told us that the traffic around the convention center is a nightmare and that we should start out early if we want to get there on time. So now we have to leave half an hour earlier. The organizers seem so disorganized. Her tone was clipped. She's clearly a woman who does not like it when plans go awry or situations get unpredictable. I'm with you there. Oh, she's blinking. Oh, that's cool. I'm really glad we were able to find a sitter on such short notice. I know Maya, that's the name, seems quite old to be needing a sitter, but I try to avoid leaving our daughter home alone if possible. Quite understandable. The house does seem rather foreboding after dark. Does it really? Well, in any case, it's not the house. It's just she's going through a difficult time right now. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't pry. Thank you. Oh, now I have to pry. Is she okay? That's less... Well, we recently moved here from another state about 6 months ago, and I'd got an offer to be a director at the NHU hospital. We wanted to stay together as a family, so we packed up and shifted our lives. It was a rather abrupt change for Maya, you know, leaving her old friends, her old life, the home she grew up in. She's taken it a little hard. She hasn't made any friends at her new school. She spent a lot of time alone. I'm in that same boat. We just moved, and I don't have friends. Anand feels guilty about it because we moved for his work, but the directorship at the NHU hospital is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It was only right for him to accept it. Maya's behavior doesn't make it easier on him, though. Couple that with her overactive imagination, and it can get a little stressful. Change can be hard for children. Yes, that is true, but you have to understand that Maya's a wonderful child. In fact, she's very bright for her age, which may be part of the problem. She's thoughtful. She reads beyond her years. I'm a good reader. And she's surprisingly mature for her age. It's just that she still hasn't come to terms with the move. And unfortunately, she's expressing her distress in rather disconcerting ways. I'm going to say how so, because it's kind of right for a babysitter to be worried about the child that they're going to watch. She's struggling with a lot of emotions. She just turned 12, so she's on the cusp of her teenage years. She's in new school, and you know how difficult school can be at her age. Hormones, boys, and all the rest of it. Anand and I are busy for much of the day, but we try to talk to her about her feelings whenever we can, but that's not been going too well. The problem is she refuses to speak plainly about her feelings. Instead, she makes up outlandish stories and lets her imagination run amok. And she tries to draw us all into her morbid make-believe tales. Her counselor says it's a coping mechanism, a kind of stress response adopted by bright children, possibly a way to get attention, perhaps a way of telling us that she wants to leave and go back to her old life. What's troubling is that she's never been this way before. She's normally not an attention-seeking child. Anything I should be careful about? Well, not really. Like I said, she's perfectly normal and not really a difficult child. She can be moody, that's all, and she might, if you probe, well, try to scare you with some of her stories about this house, for example. I'm sure I can handle it, you know, make sure the mother feels safe with letting you hear about her by yourself with their child. I'm sure you can. It's just silly juvenile stuff. The kind kids tell each other when they gather around a campfire and try to scare each other, I suppose. She may have overheard something about this house, and she's latched onto it and blown it out of proportion and created an entire fiction around it. It troubles us how morbid and disturbing her imagination can be. So maybe it's not her imagination. Maybe it's something bad actually happened and she found out about it. Love dark stories. What do you think about this house? Yes, I'd rather not go into all of it. It's just nonsense anyway, and besides, that's exactly what she wants, for us to get drawn into her hysteria. In any case, her counselor has also told us not to engage or react. So if she does try anything, please be patient, be firm but gentle. What crap, I shouldn't have skipped that. Well, Maya, something. So about tonight, she's already eaten dinner, and her bedtime is at 9, which is just under 2 hours away. The time should pass quickly. There's snacks in the kitchen if you should need it. She pauses and appears to be searching for words. I know that I may come across as a bit severe when we spoke earlier on the phone. I have to be careful about who I choose to care for Maya. She's having a hard time as it is. That's okay. I'd have done the same if it were my daughter. Thank you. I know now that I had nothing to worry about. I'm impressed by your understanding of children. You must be great with them. I'm pretty good with children. I'm not gonna lie. I'll ask Maya to come in now so you can meet her. Is she gonna be ugly? Is your daughter gonna be ugly? Your voices approach, Shreya's and that of a young girl's. They are speaking of low voices, but you sense tension and conflict in their voices. The child's tone is brusque and irate, while Shreya's tone is stern. Oh, she looks just like her mother. This is Maya. Say hi, Maya. Hi, Maya. Maya. Hi. Her voice is so low you can barely hear it. I was just telling Maya that we're only away for about 3 to 4 hours and that she must go to bed no later than 9. She'll cooperate, of course. Isn't that right, Maya? You sense a warning in her tone. Maya? Yes. That mumbled reply again. It's great to meet you, Maya. We'll make sure you're in bed. I'm going to say, well, it's great to meet you. Maya. It says nothing. Right. We have to be off then. If there's anything, please call. I expect you will be fine. Maya's in good hands. Don't worry. We wouldn't need to. Everything will be alright. Thanks. I'll call if there are any issues. Yes, please do that. Goodbye. Because if you tell them that you'll call if there's any issues and then don't call them when there's like a minor issue, then, you know, she'll have a good time. Hey, Maya. Mr. and Mrs. Raj have left. An awkward silence descends as Maya stares at you with a diffident gaze. There's about an hour and 30 minutes to go before her bedtime. Hi, Maya. What would you like to do? You wanna talk? No, thanks. Cool. Alright. That awkward silence again. You shouldn't have come. You shouldn't have taken this job. You should leave. Why would you say that? That's not very polite. I'm gonna be patient, because you're not safe here. Go while you can. What am I in danger of, exactly? If I leave, you'll be alone here. I can take care of myself. I'm sure you can. You should be more worried about yourself, not me. I can take care of myself. Maya, how about we talk about something pleasant? I can take care of myself, don't worry. Okay, if you say so. I'd like to go up to my room now. Sure, go ahead. Will you be okay? Do you want to hang out here instead? Do what you want to do. But she doesn't go. She lingers. You know, I told them not to get a sitter. I'm old enough to take care of myself. It's not safe. You mean you're not safe with me? I'm sure you can take care of yourself, but your parents just wanted to make sure you're okay. My parents don't really care about me. If they did, they would listen to me. They don't. Anyway, I meant it's not safe for you. Yes, but you already told me that, but what am I in danger from? I kind of like this. I'm not going to, like, press her to stop, but I just want you to leave before something happens to you. It feels like you're going in circles with her. Well, I can't. You're stuck with me. Ha! Alright, at least I tried. I'm heading up to my room now. Why are you asking? You were fine with it earlier. What are you going to do up there? I'm gonna read, maybe write in my journal. What does it matter anyway? Don't worry, I'm not gonna burn the house down or anything. Just, look, if you're not gonna leave, then just whatever you do, don't go near the basement, okay? No matter what you hear, don't go near it. Please. In any horror situation, listen to the kid that is scared about something. She leaves you standing alone. Ouch, that didn't go too well. I thought it went well. It was just as Miss Raj said. Maya is definitely a troubled child. No sooner had they left than she began to make the situation uncomfortable. You'll just have to ride this out. If she spends the rest of the evening upstairs, things should be fine. You can hang out here in the lounge and pass the time until the parents get back. Should be easy to do. Still, the conversation with Maya has left a bad taste in your mouth. She definitely seems like a bright young girl. It's a pity she struggles with pains and changes in her life. But growth only ever comes from change, and that's something she'll learn over time. You decide to wait it out on one of the comfortable couches here. It sure is as comfortable as it looks. You practically sink into the plush leather. Oh, something's gonna scare me. 10 minutes later. Frickin' heck. Maya? Maya? Frickin' heck! Oh, that gave me goosebumps. What was that? It came from this floor somewhere. It sounded like a door opening. Did Maya come back down? Go and investigate. Don't go to the basement! For the love of God! Near that staircase over there, you distinctly heard the creak of a door opening. This had better not be Maya playing around. Was this what Miss Raj meant when she talked about Maya's behavior? Don't! Oh! There are 3 doors here. The door to your left, the door to the right upstairs, door to the right of the stairs, and there appears to be a door behind the stairs, under it. The staircase leads up to another floor, presumably where the bedrooms are. So I think the door under the stairs goes to the basement. Came from one of these doors, you're sure of it. Call out to Maya. Definitely do that. You raise your voice and call her name, but there's no response. You better check the doors. How about we go upstairs to where her room is? Which one isn't the basement? I don't think this one's the basement. It appears to be shut. You should try the door to make sure. Is it locked? Don't freeze like that! Oh yeah. Oh, frick. It's locked. Okay, cool. I don't want to go to the one that's under the stairs! Frick! God. The door is ajar. There must be the sound you heard. Through the gap in the doorway, you see only darkness. Leave her be! It's her house! Ah! Screw this kid. Holy crap! Oh my god. I don't know if you can see that, but that's goosebumps right there. Told you to stay away from the basement. I told you! I told the in-game character. Just what do you think? Jeez, you scared the... just screw it. We can swear in front of a child. Told you to stay away from this basement. Why don't you listen? Why didn't anyone listen? I'm sorry, kid. You don't gain anything by doing this. I'll stay calm. What's that supposed to mean? Are you accusing me of something? I don't want to offend the kid. Because we both know. I say we both, but everyone watching this knows she's not lying. You came down here and opened the door. Yes, you are. Your mother warned me that you'd do something like this. What? I just came downstairs now. Heard you calling me, and I came down to see why. And I saw you near the basement door, even though I told you not to go near it, no matter what you hear. You're saying I opened it. I think you did. So who opened the door? It wasn't me, okay, if that's what you're saying. You know what? You're all the same. All of you think I'm lying, even my counselor. I bet Ma told you I'm making up stories. She tells that to everyone, even total strangers. But I'm not making up stories. I bet she didn't tell you what the real estate lady told us about this house. Alright, what's really going on? If I tell you, you'll just call me a liar and you'll accuse me of stuff I didn't do. So I'm not going to tell you anything. Do whatever you like, but for your own sake, stay away from the basement no matter what you hear. Alright, I'll bite. What's in the basement? What did the real estate lady tell you about the house? Why'd she run off? This is not going well. You're just going to have to ride this out somehow until your parents get home. Go to the couch! No wonder Mr. Raj is concerned. Child express stress in various ways. You've seen this in children who are going through traumatic changes in their life. Poor girl. Get away from the basement door! You better close the door. Not that you're overly alarmed about what Maya said, but the sight of the door open is creepy. There, that's better. Okay, I'm back on the couch. Alright. I'm going to end the video here. If you like the video, like it. If what is personality, you should subscribe. If you didn't like the video, dislike, comment down below what you think you should better by me. You can check the criticism. Also check out my Twitter and Instagram in the description below. So my Discord if you want to talk to me, see my art, recommend, gives me a place to do, etc. I will definitely play this again in the future. So, yeah, bye guys.